Jaw Video Productions presents The Shooting Ground.
Welcome, wrestling fans. I am David J. Keller. Welcome to the Shooting Ground. Today, the one and only former ECW alumni, King of New York, H.C. Lowe.
What's happening, man?
Welcome, man. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for doing it.
Thank you for inviting me to your beautiful home.
Yeah.
And your ring here.
Literally my home. My ring here, my back lawn, and it's pretty lucky to have it.
Good for this time, too, to keep yourself going.
My God, yeah.
Do this whole COVID-19 thing. But, yeah, we'll start off with basic questions. You worked yourself up through your career.
Sure.
How old were you when you became a wrestler?
I would say I was probably 8 or 9. As I remember, my father on the weekends, we'd always have to cut wood with him. And I would do anything I could to get out of it. So I'd say, Dad, I got to use the bathroom. So I'd go inside when he's stacking wood, and I'd use the bathroom, and of course, turn on the TV instead, or whatever. And I saw these guys, and the first thing I saw was, it must have been Adrian Adonis, and when he was teaming with Murdoch, because he wasn't doing the flower shop thing yet, and he was a heel, and I'm like, oh, this guy's really mad. I had no idea it worked, of course, you know. Look at this guy's a jerk, you know, and I just couldn't. I looked for it every Saturday after that. That's how that started. I couldn't tell you what the year was, but probably 8 or 9. So yeah, a long time ago.
Oh, it takes that little thing sometimes to hook you in.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, even not a wrestling fan, check this guy out. He's a Yankees fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or this move or whatever.
Yeah.
Motion especially.
Yeah. Sure.
Right. Who was your favorite wrestler as a kid and why?
100% Hulk Hogan. Kind of like everybody else my age. Yeah. It was. I just bought into it. That's why I stayed there, and I just remember getting so excited about it. Around WrestleMania 3 time, I was lucky enough to. WrestleMania 1 I didn't see live. WrestleMania 2 I did. And WrestleMania 3 I just remember. WrestleMania 2 also being so staying up late to see the Saturday night main event where King Kong Bundy smashed his ribs, leading to, and they did the ambulance job, stretcher job for that, leading to Mania 2. But I was out of my seat when he signed on for Mania 3. So it was all about Hogan.
Even after all these years, it's still one of those highlight moments that we have to show all the time.
Oh yeah,
it's so great.
Yeah,
I think it's when a lot of people became a fan. That's
yeah.
when I became a fan. I remember seeing Hulk Hogan and his rip.
Yeah.
And Rocky.
Yeah.
Being introduced to WrestleMania 1.
Yeah.
I was about 9 years old.
Yeah.
After that, it was only wrestling.
Yeah.
Never got any sports.
Yeah. It started with him, and then about the time, I guess I was the target demographic. By the time they put the belt on Warrior, I was all for it. As a matter of fact, I grew up in a house not very far from here. My brother lives there now, and you could still see. I had a drumstick in my hand, but I was the whole leg. And when Warrior pinned him 1, 2, 3, I jumped up and let go of the drumstick, stuck in the ceiling in the basement of my parents' house. That hole's still there. So whenever that was, Mania 6, and this we just had 36, so 30 years ago. Yeah. So it was Hogan until it was Warrior, and then somewhere after that, I don't know where it would have gone next for absolute favorite. I just like all of it. Then I started watching it more like a student. It's this guy trying to figure out who's actually good at this and who's not. Why? And I don't know. And then around the time when I started getting old enough to think about, I never. That's probably good. I always wanted to be a wrestler, but when I started wrestling, Rey Mysterio wasn't on US TV yet. He might have been on ECW by that point, but I don't think so. And if he was, I didn't get it. I'd never seen it. I was reading about ECW in the magazines, and I don't think I'd seen it by the time.
Yeah, I caught into it a little later on.
Yeah. But it was, it was well before Fairly Legal. Our first pay-per-view was April 13th, 97. And it was well before that. I'd been working for a while by then. But I remember going to wrestling school, and my first day there, sitting outside 45 minutes before I dared go in. That's really good. Like I said, I'd never seen Rey Mysterio or anything like that. So, but luckily, my plan was I was just going to go in there and ask him if I can't wrestle, can I sweep up around here? Can I be around it somehow? I didn't think about asking to be a referee. That would have been an option too. But I just wanted to be around it, learn more about it. But yeah, in those days, by the time I became a student of it, I've been Shawn. Number one worker.
It's funny too when I was a kid, like the heels, yet I can help but not respect what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're on every week, and even though I hate them, I can pick them out.
Sure. They're doing their job perfectly. Yeah,
right.
That's the case. Yeah.
That's what they say. If they boo you or hate you, as long as you get a reaction,
Oh
they're doing
God,
their job.
silence. That's not to be too topical, but we're filming this in the spring of 2020, where there's no with wrestling we see, there's no crowd noise. So not only is that potentially hard on the guys, but it's hard to watch.
I haven't watched in about 5 or 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
I record it and then try watching it. I can't.
Yeah, it's tough. I feel
At
bad.
first it was alright, but
Yeah. I feel bad for him. I mean, like I wish some of those guys were able to, especially at Mania, have their moments. Imagine the difference. I'm sure he still was very honored with that. Busted that. I'm sure he deserved it. But that doesn't compare to him getting to that stadium.
and he deserves it.
Yeah.
After all these years, and worked himself up. It was a 3 and B.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
That was a desperate call to measure just keep the 3 guys going.
Yes,
some
some
way.
form to do. Yeah.
And then he got dropped. He came all the way back from there.
Yeah.
Saw the Indies work his way up to every title that he was going for.
Yeah.
All the way back to WE to get his world championship.
Yeah, good for him. That's a perfect success story. Ginger did that same thing. Yeah, and maybe that's actually some of these guys who recently were jumping around, but who recently got released. Maybe that's their go out, get them all set, go away, learn a new hole, and go away and change your game a little bit, come back to the best shape of your life, and maybe still.
You've seen it, for example, from a few other guys as well, besides McIntyre. Sometimes the best way to go.
Yeah.
Who trained you? And what's training like?
My original trainer was a guy named T.C. Round, who was an old Northeast Sydney guy. Mainly, he's from the Pittsburgh area, and he worked a whole lot down there. He did some TV stuff, just job stuff for WWE. I don't think he's a household name or anything. A guy that he knew for years and still does and worked with for years, who I got to be around from day one also and learn from was Ken Jugan, Lord Zoltan. He's kind of like a Northeast indie legend. I mean, I think he still does it. I really do. I don't, if you ever come by this, I don't know, but he's got to be 60s, 70s, maybe. I don't know if he's 70s, probably. But, at any rate, most wrestlers you see know that name, at least from the Northeast. And so he was around. My training consisted a lot of Well, I dislocated my shoulder the second day of training. Yeah. So that was the old coming in hardware. I was nervous to do it. Didn't let go with his hand, so I just kind of rotated and popped it out. He showed me how to put it back in. He was a great psychologist. It came to me in those days. To back up a little bit, when I went to school, late '94, debuted in '90. There was internet, but it was in its infancy, and I didn't have it, and the Observer and the Torch have been around for a long time, but I'd never heard of them, most of them, and words like kayfabe and mark, and take it home, and blah 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 blah, and all these things you start hearing. I didn't know what it was. I didn't even know wrestlers talked in the ring. I didn't. I was under the assumption that they remembered everything that they were going to do, and to learn that it's the exact opposite of that. Not only do you communicate in the ring, the guys that are really good at this and the old school, the real professionals at it, barely spoke beforehand, which is something that I think the business could use. More guys can do that now, but we got motorcycles going by right now. It's a nice day. So. Anyway, but training was. We do a lot of drills, not like we do today. Like I have my guys do, or specific drills that we do every day. But learning new bumps all the time, wrestling around, a lot of tag arounds, and just kind of learn that way. You get in the ring with us and actually wrestle, and send you off the rope. You take this and you kind of figure out how to do it. And I had a couple other guys come to that school that had been training at the ECW school too, and they hadn't had a ton of matches, but they kind of showed us a little bit of that stuff too. But what TC Reynolds, my original trainer, did was really teach me how to tell a story, as opposed to you show up there saying, well, I know how to do a sleeper hold, and I'd like to do a pile driver, and I saw some guy do a drop kick, and that's cool. And he'd be like, yeah, but why are you doing this? Why are you going to do it? Blah blah blah, or whatever. Telling you what to do, when, and why to do it, rather than it's cool that you can do it. And that's the hardest thing to get through young wrestlers' heads now. That's all. I got one guy. I love him to death. I see him every day. But and he's going to be great at this. And he's well on his way. But like he can do a shooting star now. That's beautiful. But like, yeah, but why are you going to do that? When are you going to do that? I'm not one of these wrestlers that the trainers or coaches that thinks it's cool to just do a bunch of moves for no reason, and nobody, and then they're all bad enough. You kick out of them half the time. These young guys don't even go for a cover. It just blows my mind. But anyway, that's a little tangent. But training was kind of just getting in there and feeling it out. It wasn't I hate to say it wasn't the best school, because I really learned a lot. But it's not like you see today, like it's a structured place. Certainly not like the Performance Center, or like what they do at the Wild Samoans, or what Tom Pritchard's do and stuff like that. What I do, not put myself, or what they do up at Flower City, up there from UPW school, where these are our drills, and this is what we're going to do, and then you move on to this. We kind of were shown things, but we are also kind of learn on the fly. I'm not saying in front of people, but it'd be a lot of, okay, this is how you take the ball. This is how you take this move. Blah 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 blah. Okay, now let's have a match. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm listening. But there's a lot to that, because if you're in a situation where you're in a ring, you're in a match, and if you don't have everything all mapped out, which I don't like to have everything all mapped out, then you got to be able to just listen. Or you got to be able to figure out what to do in that script, or feel the audience if there's one there, or whatnot. But or if you're the less experienced guy, or you're not the guy leading the match, then just to listen and go with the flow in there. So it was very, very valuable training. I don't think it was as conventional training as some of the bigger students, but it was good. I was very thankful for it. That was actually really local to right here. I was going to go to Al Snow's school. I was all set up to do that, but then they came on a local guy named Bob Bailey. He came on the local news right here, 20 minutes away from where I live, and to talk about how he was opening up a bunch of gym, USWF Pro Wrestling School. This is fake. I have to go. I have to go to this now. So that's how that started.
Being in business 25 years, when you started, even matches and moves and performance were so much different than they are now. It's such more fast pace. There's, don't even know, thousands of more moves than there was 25 years ago.
as far as high spots for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Some of these some guys are doing things that we would never even thought of. You not only do we not even think of it, we didn't think they could possibly some of this stuff. Look at what Pac does. He gets up and you don't even know what he's doing. You know what I mean? You got to slow that thing down. He's like turning one way and then pausing and turning around and coming back down. You know, he never would have even thought of it.
Gymnasts and acrobats.
Yeah.
A lot more now.
When I started, I got so I could do a moonsault. I could first do that. I thought that's how you do it. Boy, was I wrong. You know? But yeah, it's changed a lot. But the core of it never will. And as far as it's a good guy versus bad guy, or two guys, not good guy, bad guy, but they're fighting over an issue, be it a title or something you did to me last week, and drawing emotions out of an audience by how I speak on the microphone, talking them into the building, or what I do in my match to convey a story that I'm telling, which is why you can have a million new moves that they didn't have 25 years ago. But again, it goes back to whenever you use them. I always use a couple analogies. Some of these tonight as we film this, there's going to be an AEW page, and I'm going to watch it. And it's going to be awesome, but there's going to be matches on there that'll be just what I would call like circus matches. By that I mean I don't mean that as an insult, but if the circus came to town, okay, and you want to see the acrobats and the trapeze artists and all the guy get shot out of a cannon, all that cool shit that you can't believe people are doing, and I got to see this. That's awesome. If they come to your town every Saturday, you ain't going to keep going, right? But if two guys are going to fight in town, okay, and especially if they can fight doing some cool stuff, if there's a stake, something at stake, be it a title or an issue, or even just two guys that you know are both great at this, I want to get at this and I want to see who's going to win and how they're going to do it. That you will see every week because they're drawing you in. They're saying, oh my God, I got to see what's going to happen with these guys because I might never do it again. Because that guy just beat up that dude's tag team partner last week, and this guy's coming for revenge, and I got to pay my money to go see this because, well, if I miss this, what am I going to do? If I miss the circus and it comes to town every Saturday, then I might really, I'll watch it next week, So that's my theory on that, about how, yes, there are a lot more moves to do. And in many ways, I wish I could do a lot of what these guys do. I simply can't. It's not the way it works. It's not what I would do as a performer, as a character, anyway. But I wish I could do some more of those flashy things. I wish I could do the stuff I used to be able to do, let alone some stuff these guys do now.
I'm amazed by how you can compete against the guys these days.
Well,
You dominated 2019. You came in early saying, I'm going to win these belts.
yeah.
And you did.
Well, that was a lot of people putting some faith in me. Kind of betting on myself a little bit, saying, I'm gonna be in the gym every day. I'm gonna have a ring. There's another wrestling school before the thing shut down that I was teaching Sayer. Be on the road every weekend and just not only prove that I can hang with these guys, that the things that I do are still of value. Because there's that core, this is a shoot interview, so really, the inside baseball of it. That's again that core, the storytelling of when I wrestle, I look like I wrestle, right? When I put on a hold, it looks like a punch. When I punch you, it's believable. Now, if you can do a bunch of backflips, that's awesome. I can't. If you can do the springboard thing, shooting star 450 into whatever, wow, land on top, that's awesome. I can't do that. You'll probably make $1 million. I hope you do. But I tell you right now, if we got in a fight, and I was allowed to punch, and I was allowed to wrestle, you were only allowed to backflip, I'm going to win every single time. So that's just how it goes. So that's why I think I've done well because I can be a good dancing partner for this guy. Not to say that I'm working with guys that aren't already there and aren't already good. I'm working with some amazing people. I mean, I feel so blessed. They've upped my game. I've wrestled with guys 20 years younger than me that have made me better. But I've learned tricks from 100%. But I take what experience I do have and the style that I have that might be a little bit slower. But I make sure we do their stuff inside the context of the match that makes sense to me. And then we come out with something 9 times out of 10 pretty special. So that's pretty good. So, yeah.
You were with the legendary company of Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
How did that come about? What are your greatest moments from that promotion?
Boy, how that came about was actually there was a guy that I trained at the time, or started to train. I guess you'd say I trained him as much as I ever trained. His name's Eric Tuttle, and he went by Tower Boy in ECW. He only made a couple appearances. But at any rate, he had been in contact with the guys from RF Video, doing a bunch of tape trading, stuff like that. And somehow he was a ballsy little kid. He asked him, well, what do I do? You know, how do I get in ECW? And of course, that wasn't really an option for him at the point, but he relayed it to me. They said, oh, you know, guys show up all the time, you know, and they just help with the ring, and if they help with the ring, they can work out.
Like
Yeah, they help with the ring, and then they can work out. So I showed up to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I was the only guy that did. So didn't even have anybody else there. I mean, there was the regular ring crew. Luckily, I knew two of the guys personally. Tony DeVito, who ended up being my tag team partner, and Angel Medina, who Spanish Angel, who was his tag partner in ECW, and I knew him from the Indies. And they were on ring crew. So I'm like, yes, I felt so much better. So I, as scared as I was, you know, and I still get. I have the nerves, but you also have to do it. If you want to do it, you got to get out there and do it. So I got out there, go in that building. Oh, I see guys like, great. Can I give you a hand? By the way, that's what you do. Show up for the show, ask if you can help. And if you help set up, stay to help tear down. If you don't do that, they'll never use you, ever. Sidebar. Once I got into ECW, the number of times the guys would show up, help with the rings, work out with us. Of course they're not going to get a match on the show unless there's something really special, they're not going to get a match on the show that day. Ever. You know, I don't think I ever saw it happen. And then one by one they always left. They didn't ever stay to help tear down. Well, I guess you don't really want this stuff.
There's always
you don't want to be part of this. You know?
There's always little jobs to do during the show.
100%.
That was from security or to sweeping between matches.
Well, I got a story about that, which I'll get right. Remember when I told you these interviews are normally like 10 minutes, and all my answers are going to be longer than 10 minutes. But so Wilkes-Barre, PA. Anyway, I show up and it's the whole roster, not top guys like Dreamer, Sabu, or RVD, but all the mid-card guys, all the opening match guys against me. They could tag and I couldn't. So that's kind of how it started. And there was no big job offer there. There was nothing like that. I was just, good job, kid. You know, and I don't even think I was told. In fact, Tommy Dreamer ended up being like a friend and mentor to me, and like doing as much for me as anybody in the business. I remember saying, hey, Tommy, thanks for letting me do that. He said, I had nothing to do with it. I walked away. Okay. So, but I went next week. And by then I'm like, oh, he came back. So, same thing. Got to work out with the guys, take everybody's moves, got to do a little bit. You're the guy that they try shit on, stuff like that, you know. Help tear down. Then after however many weeks of this, it ended up being where they needed somebody to ring the bell. So, and I was told, hey man, really pay attention when you're ringing the bell because you're right up close and you can really learn. You get it every time. And that would, once you're ringing the bell, you have to sweep. Something breaks in the ring, you know, then you're gonna sweep. So in my mind, and this is like not something I learned at wrestling school. This is just something from my father. I got to show these people my work ethic. I can't show them I'm a great wrestler because I'm not wrestling. So table breaks, match is over. I get in there, sweep as fast as I can. Just getting every little drop in here in Philadelphia, especially. I remember in Orlando, sweep it up, asshole, sweep it up. And then in like CyberSlam 2000, they did that, or 99, I guess. I don't know, whichever one. I have sweeping the ring in the ECW arena, and they're just ears are ringing and chanting that to me. And then I get done, it's hotter as shit in that building. They give me a standing ovation in the goddamn ECW. I'm like, holy shit! The ringside fans hand me Gatorade. I'm like, oh, you know. Again, you know, that kind of. And the greatest story about ECW before I actually started having matches was somewhere around there. After the first like maybe 4 weeks, I called home after a show. mind you, this is 4 weeks he's going on the road to every single show, not getting paid, which would not be unusual, but not being hired either, not being told to. Called home after the first show, and my wife told me she was pregnant. I either got to get a job or not. That's all there's to it. And I shared a room with Angel and DeVito, and I think the next day it was Angel who mentioned that I said that to Fonzie, Bill Fonzie. Fonzie comes up to me next day, again at Wilkes-Barre, PA, and said, hey, go find Chris Chetty, Danny Doring, Roadkill, find Angel, DeVito, Bill Wiles, and Tom Arquette. And I'll tell him I want to see him. Yes, sir. So it did take a little while. I told him over, and they're sitting in a circle. And you good, sir? Have a seat, Loke. Okay. I want you to know this meeting's about you. I want you to know that over the last month, every single person in this circle, at one time or another, has come to me personally and asked that I go to bat for you, that you get hired on here full time. You show up, you do your workouts every day, you show great aptitude for this in the ring, you're doing well in the ring. But you bust your ass at the ring, you bust your ass sweeping. It's a big deal. And no one ever told you you had to do it. I want you to shake every one of these guys' hands because they got you hired. Starting next week on the 30th. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And then I would start wrestling on house shows and doing my thing. Sometimes ringing the bell. You can see me turn into, after I had a few good matches on house shows, Dreamer, we were at TV somewhere, and Dreamer said to whoever was next to me, hey, you're wrestling so-and-so tonight. I don't remember who. And then he started to walk away, turns around and goes, you. Because he wanted me to do something. Just thinking of this. You want a ref? It's another payday. Because if you work, you get paid again. You get paid for being on rank crew. It's a double payday if you work. I go, sure. I would never say no to anything. So that's how that started. And I rapped, and so if I didn't have a match, I got the rap. And then it came around to my first real TV thing was Reno was getting ready to feud with Dusty. We're in Milwaukee. He's out there running down Milwaukee on the mic, with me as the rep. Come take the mic from him. I'm not gonna do the promo now, but I told him Milwaukee's my hometown. Blah 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 blah. And I got the big pop for it. I did pretty good with it. He hit me over the head with a cowbell. I'm supposed to be a color, but before I could see it doing pss, pss, pss on the mat. If you ever find that tape, it was on Hardcore TV. Funniest thing about that is, see, I'm on ring crew, and that was ball busting work, right? So I know I'm the asshole that's got to clean up this mat. So I see it go. Pss, pss, pss. My first reaction, you can see on the TV show me go, trying to, like, oh no, and I started cleaning it up. But so I had to go get, I think 27 staples that night. But the next night, the next week on TV, Joey said it was. First week I think he said 27. Next week he said 57. Week after that he said 90 or something like that. So who knows how many it's up to now? That was 20 years ago. But so classic pay your due stuff. Went, got stapled up. I had to take a cab back to the arena. I had to take an ambulance there. I had to take a cab back because I couldn't get anybody on their phone to come get me. And of course they waited for me to tear down the ring. So there I am with pain meds, fresh staples, still blood on me, tearing the ring out. There's no other way to do it. You hurry your ass back there and help with the ring. Pay your goddamn dues. You've got to want this. This ain't child. You have to want this. You have to earn your spot. Because if you don't, there's a million guys in there. And Paul pulled me aside that night when I was walking by. And he goes, Loke! He goes, promo, okay, sir? He goes, you got it, Loke. I've had to tell a lot of people they don't have it, but you got it. And I was cool to move. I thought that was it.
To come from him.
Yeah, jet flying, limousine ride, and that's where I thought I was after that. It didn't quite work out that way, but that was awesome. That was the first time where I thought, ooh, I'm in. I had a couple other good run-ins there. I had some awesome matches there, some great times. I was very, very lucky to work with Dusty and work with Reno. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll take a shot of it later. Hanging up over by my little home gym is the actual banner from the first pay-per-view I
I saw that coming in.
and that was
I gotta get a shot of that.
that was when I repped the match between Dusty and Carino, and which I think Steve Carino was my first single. I wrestled for over a year, just doing battle royal, 6-man tags, 8-man tags before I had a singles match. Just how they wrote me in. I don't know why. And maybe I sucked. I don't know. But the first singles match was with Steve, and then fast forward years later, we're in ECW at the same time, and he helped me a lot there. And then Dusty Rhodes had been watching our TV, saw him bust me open, so he requested I rep that match. So first time pay-per-view, and he called the finish where I helped Dusty Rhodes win a match. Oh man, this is awesome, you know. And that was the second time where I thought, this is it. I made it now. Limousine riding, jet flying. This is it. But you know, it took a little while longer. but yeah. So those are my big highlights. Lots of. I mean, we could talk about ECW forever. There's a lot, endless amount of stories. Those are my highlights. There. Just the way I was hired, and then ultimately leading to those compliments from Paul and then working with him. That's my most memorable.
I know where you're coming from too. Memorizing, capitalizing those little moments.
Yeah.
That means so much to you as a wrestling fan, as someone who grew up watching it and now involved into it. And it was little things. Like I wrestled for 3.5 years, and even just those moves that I didn't mess up.
Yeah.
Like the move I did, just improvise because someone else messed up.
Yeah.
Those little things.
Yeah.
And you know, it only lasted so long, and I really didn't make it anywhere, but I feel like I accomplished something.
Sure, man. Just by having the balls to do this, and if you do it right, and you respect the business, and you pay your dues. We talked earlier about some stuff you're still doing regular shows, so I know that you're not scared of that. As long as you have the balls to get in here and do it professionally, do it the right way, pay your dues along the way, then you're one of the boys, and you deserve that honor. You know, so I'm glad you got to do it. I'm glad for you. Too.
If any fans at home ever subscribe to Ring of Honor, you will find the first show on there of Ring of Honor. And who will you see? For the promo of this guy.
Yeah, first show. It's kind of funny that I was actually, of course, as all led to me getting with DeVito, and we were going to feud with Homicide and his tag partner at the time, Booker, and go on and do all the things he did. But the last time I'd been seen nationally, I was as the referee, as the Extreme official, which is funny. Sometimes I'll do interviews and still some people will say, what was it like going from being a referee to a wrestler? I was never a referee. I refereed a lot of matches. I refereed the world title change on pay-per-view. But that was the wrestler's character to be a referee. But so yeah, the first Ring of Honor show, I have the kind of unique, cool distinction of being the first in-ring talent to walk through a Ring of Honor curtain, because I was the referee for the first match, which was, I know it was the Hit Squad, I think, versus Christmas Tree Connection. And that was to establish that I'm there to be a ref, so that later I could do an Angle Homicide on that show as a referee, because it wouldn't make sense for me to just show up once later in the show when everybody, especially everybody there, knew it was an ECW. That it was an Angle. So I had to actually ref a match, and then I later did an Angle Homicide, which led to a lot of blood, a lot of big bumps that I was scared to take up the time. Like, these guys really hit each other. but Ring of Honor was awesome.
You weren't the only former ECW guy that went over there that time too, right?
No, well of course Tony DeVito ended up being my partner there. And,
Carino was there as well.
Carino was there. He was one of the early commentators. He might have been a commentator on the first show. I don't know. I think he was. Started as a commentator, and then he worked into wrestling, and then years after I left, wrestling and he commentated. He was there. Of course, Super Crazy was on the first show. I think that was his only shot over there. He worked with Eddie Guerrero on the first show. I don't. And then later, actually, a guy named Danny Daniels, who was the heel referee in ECW that I feuded with. So I'm the babyface referee, and he's the heel. And a little, sidebar trivia question to that. Had ECW not gone out of business, Tommy Dreamer's plan was for me to swap heel in ECW. He and I were going to team. We're black and white striped singlets. And he's going to call us the Law. So that's the gimmick that never was.
Different.
Yeah. So he ended up over there, and he came in with a partner. DeVito and I were the Carnage crew, and then later Justin Credible, and then we'd have revolving members come in. Masada, who's awesome, and then it would be Danny Daniels. Something happened, and I don't remember the angle. I think Danny took Masada. I'm pretty sure it was, and they were the newcomers crew versus the original Commerce crew. So he was the only other ECW guy that I could think of. I'm probably forgetting.
I'm gonna be searching for them all now too.
Yeah.
I'm a nice collector of,
Yeah.
especially Ring of Honor.
Good.
I ordered 10 more yesterday too.
Cool.
Hey, you're such a long career, and you've done successful things, and you're still going, man.
Yeah.
Not during this time right now. But
Right,
you
right,
are.
right, right.
Once we
Yeah.
get going, you will be.
Yeah.
And I think you're a big inspiration to a lot of the local guys here in PA and New York.
I hope so. I mean,
You've gone this long, then man, if Bo can do it. Maybe if I work just as hard, I can do it too. Type of thing.
I hope it's inspiring. I hope that I can. I hope that any of the lessons I've learned and things I've done right, and things I've done wrong, and learned from that can be of use to this current crop of wrestlers and future wrestlers. I mean, that's you pay it forward anyway and you give back to the business, but that's what I like. That's about what I do right now. I still want to. I don't want to be the old guy clinging onto a spot, whatever that spot is, but I enjoy, if I'm a top guy still in company X, as long as I can hang there, cool. You know what I mean? I want, because I want to challenge myself to have that quality of match. But if I can, even I've recently started with a couple of groups, agenting, as opposed to always, as all wrestlers should. Every show I'm ever on, some guys will ask me to watch the match. That's cool. Please continue to do that. It's awesome. That's how you get better. But there's a couple places that actually pay me or pay me extra to just be an agent. And one in particular was Capital Wrestling out of Jersey and Brooklyn, that kind of area down there, and they've got some pretty good TV, internet TV, and they recently had to change the brand name to Catalyst Wrestling. I've done some fun stuff there over the last year, but I agent there, and that's fun. And as I do more of that, I realize that, geez, I never have to be, I can do that when I'm 70. I never have to be the weight, so as long as, because again, back to all my dumb stories, back to my original story when we started talking about move sets now versus 25 years ago. The core of it's never going to change. It either makes sense or it doesn't. You either didn't sell that long enough, or you either looked or you rushed that, or you didn't. And so when I'm 80 years old, I'll still be able to do that. So yeah, it's a blessing to still be around it, and it's nice when guys have been very. I don't know why. Maybe it's just old man. Guys have been very, very, very complimentary and very eager to listen and work with me. And this last year, especially, this last year is the busiest I've been in a long time. If you do any research on me, it says that I've taken some breaks for the rest of the year, which is true. The actual, real truth is that I've had a year or two where I maybe wrestled 5 throughout that year, and that's just enough to keep my nose. Well, after I'll try to keep this part short. But after ECW, after Ring of Honor, after trying to use any Ring of Honor steam to have a good independent career, as many wrestlers do, because wrestlers can be selfish pricks, I went through divorce, and at that time. So after that, it kind of was like, all right, I still got kids to raise. And even when they got bigger, and they can certainly stay home by themselves, I don't want to trade this time when they're home to, I don't want to have these regrets. And when I would go out and wrestle, when my kids were home and I'd have to have somebody watch them, or once they got older, if they were could stay there by themselves, I'd be wrestling, but my mind would be home and I'd have such guilt. It's like, okay, I would be very limited on the bookings I would take, and I wouldn't seek out hardly any. And a lot of them would be out of state, and I wouldn't even post them on Facebook or anything like that because it wasn't a big deal. I didn't want to be like Roach going for this big comeback. But I always kept my nose in, always. And then when my youngest son, this will date me. I'm 45 years old. There's no reason to guess. Don't go by this. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Most of the time, I look pretty good. but when my youngest son went away to college, just me now, and it's there's no reason not to. At that point, all old guys say this, but I was legitimately in the best shape of my life by far, as far as from a muscular standpoint. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for this again. So I spent the last couple of years doing that, where I was lucky enough to work almost every week. Sometimes multiple, a lot of times multiple. So like I think in 2019, I had 60 or 70 matches. I've never been a big guy for keeping track too much. I kind of go back and try to remember. And I used to keep a diary of it, so I have an idea of how many matches I've had, but I don't know really within 50 of how many I've had. But so I've been busier in the last year or two than I have done in the last 8, just because of my time.
That time where you slow down, go 5 times a year, whatever,
Yeah.
might have been what helped you.
It might.
As in
Yeah.
your age, you're still able to go right now.
Possibly.
Instead of getting injured and working every night and that type of thing.
Possibly, but the other flip side of that is AJ Styles. Of course, I know AJ Styles, nobody is. He's great, but I think he's 42 or 43, and he's never stopped. And so, believe me, I mean, if I work 3 nights in a row, I might feel it, a few days later. But boom, it just feels so good. Now it's like, sheesh, I didn't have this ring set up for a while, so I spent the first month of the pandemic of not taking a bump. First one, oh, that's what this feels like? Oh, God. So there's value in keeping going, too. And the other value in keeping going, I don't regret slowing down because I couldn't have regrets of not having time. If you're going to be successful in this business, it's got to be damn near number one in your life. I can never cross that. And the value in keeping going, of course, is that the name's still out there. You're still in ring shape. That's great. But having said that, the mistakes that I've made and a lot of guys made, if it's your daughter's birthday, and you're going to go wrestle, let's be realistic. We're in a contest. You're going to go wrestle sometimes for free, sometimes $50, sometimes for $100, even $200. You're going to wrestle in front of a couple hundred people, 50 people, 12 people, 500 people. There's going to be another show next Sunday. There's always another show. Don't miss the daughter's birthday. I did a million times. You don't want to have that regret. I mean, when I'm telling you, if you get a job and you're under contract, that's part of the job. That's part of it. I get it. But, you and I have both been in wrestling shows this last year. I've seen you where, shit, I've been on, even after all these years, I don't care because I love to wrestle. I really don't. I love a big crowd, but I've been on shows in the last calendar year where I know there was more wrestlers booked than there were people that bought tickets. And sure, that's kind of a joke while you're there, but I go on and have the best match I can because I love to wrestle, and I'd rather do that than have the weekend off. Well, I'm not going to miss, at my age, again, to date myself, it's not about the daughter birthday, but I'm not going to miss my granddaughter's birthday for that. You know what I mean? Not because that show's not worthy, but there's another show next week. You know what I'm saying? So you wrestle 52 weeks a year, well, maybe you wrestle 51. But you shouldn't. You're going to piss off your wife. Your kid's going to remember you weren't there. So there has to be a line, and I say that as a guy who's lost things in the personal life. Because a line I've said in a lot of promos was this is true. This is a deep part. I don't even know if you want to leave this in there, but I've said it in promos before that I've given my life to professional wrestling. And if you were to poll people that have been in my life in the early part of my career, they would say I gave up. And you don't want to do that. You got to pick and choose, right? When I was in ECW, I had to go. When I was in Ring of Honor, I had to go. But if there's a I also can totally remember, oh, it's my wedding anniversary, but I'm not getting paid to drive, to go wrestle. And I totally in full support of going to wrestle. I don't care how much money you make. Get the experience, 100%. But make sure your wife's there when you get home. You know what I'm saying? It's quite a left turn we took there, but I always make that part of my talks.
Well, I think that's pretty much for that.
Cool, man.
But, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining Alex from Drop Productions. We present Shooting Ground.
Yeah, you're. Oh Lord, yeah. It's hard to believe it's been 20 years. Back in 1997. Holy fuck. It's really 20 years ago.
anytime Nick Ando comes out. I'm not a fan of boats in water. I'm just letting you know.
I never thought that you'd actually be good in any type of water, even a bathtub. But that's just me.
What another great match it should be as Nick Ando face off 1-on-1 against H.C. Loke.
I call him a pit bull because that's exactly what H.C. Loke is.
Built like a brick house.
No, he's definitely a dog. I wouldn't call him a pit bull. I call him more of a bulldog. But hey, it works. There's only one pit bull in my eyes, but he resides over in Japan. But I get what you're saying, though, Russ.
And joining us on commentary, RJ.
Hello, hello.
And his opponent from Campbell, New York. Campbell, New York. Weighing in at 205 pounds. H.C. Lowe.
Yep, whether you call him a bulldog or a pit bull, one thing's for sure, you're in a fight when H.C. Loke comes to the ring.
Looking intimidated as always.
Yeah, but if there's one guy on this roster that can put up with a fight with him, it's Nick Ando. It's one thing for sure. Veteran of the business, veteran of this area. Everywhere he's wrestled, he's made a name for himself. So is H.C. Loke, though.
Loke does not seem impressed. Nick Ando.
Well, that's the thing. You have two veterans. This is going to be a physical matchup. There's no doubt about it. But when you have two,
Look at that big man.
but when you have two veterans going up against each other, really anything can happen.
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, with H.C. Loke, though, we haven't heard from Chip Stenson in a very, very long time. So hopefully that won't happen to Nick Ando. But like I said, we'll have to wait and see, and it's gonna be a great match.
I think what we all have learned, though, never turn your back on H.C. Loke.
Oh, absolutely not.
No, you gotta keep both eyes on him, and you have to have eyes in the back of your head.
The man who at barely legal 420 about a month and a half ago taken out the Flower City Wrestling Academy students.
And that's
Multiple students.
And that's just the viciousness going on right now. Oh my goodness.
H.C. Loke out to set an example for the UPW roster, stating by the end of 2019 he will be UPW heavyweight champion.
I've interviewed H.C. Loke backstage a number of times, and it's very intimidating. Very intimidating. But you have to understand where he's coming from, though.
It's almost like you have to mind your P's and Q's and dot your I's and cross your T's at all times.
And if not, H.C. Loke will do that for you.
Ando might have been attempting the pile driver there, or the power bomb, as H.C. Loke was able to power his way out and slip to the outside.
It'll be interesting to see if they actually keep it inside the ring, and he's taking his
inviting
time.
Loke back inside.
Like you said, Russ, they're veterans, so they're going to take their time. It's where do they have to go? You know what I mean? They're going to wrestle until their heart's content.
And you know what? It's not that they take their time; they know when to do it.
Wow, did you guys just miss that?
On the apron there, it looks like Ando's head bounced off the apron there.
Ando holding the ropes open for Loke. Loke sliding in before Ando can get back to his feet.
Well, if Nick Ando's thinking
total
that
advantage.
if Nick Ando's thinking that H.C. Loke is going to be a gentleman at any point in time in this match, that's not going to happen.
No, they know each other way too well to do that.
You would think by the size difference of these two that Loke would be the slower, but he's keeping right up with Ando thus far.
Well, being the veteran that H.C. Loke is, he's stayed in tremendous shape, and Nick Ando as well. So that's.
This is one of those matchups that's a complete toss-up.
Yeah.
Right now. But I think H.C. Loke just has that little extra in his game right now.
Well, he's got the momentum though.
Yep.
And there's a momentum right the size of his foot to the Ando's gut right there.
Ando just 1 month ago Defending the 585 Live Championship for the first time, losses to Anthony Gaines. So you have to wonder if that's in the mind of as well. Is the title lingering in the back of his mind right now instead of concentrating on the big man, H.C. Lowe?
Well, hey, well, you know, when you do lose a title, it does sting.
Absolutely.
You know, it stays with you.
It's like getting dumped by a girlfriend. I know all about that.
I wouldn't know that. I'm sorry.
Dave is, yeah, you know.
And attempting to fight back here. Shots to the midsection of Lowe. Off the rope. Oh, got caught. Who would ever think that a calf kick can be performed from that big man? Oh, Fernando up here.
Right.
Huge suplex.
He's concentrating on that back. He's picking him apart. That's what you have to do with Nick Ando. You have to pick him apart, knock him down a few pegs.
And that was just a vicious suplex.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Snapper.
See, two veterans like this, they know how to break each other down, concentrate on a body part and exploit it.
I think too that if Volk is able to be successful over Nick Ando here tonight, where they put him on the top ranks, that would definitely put him up there in my eye.
Well, this is why you have to be careful.
Ando slipping here.
You have to be careful with this, you know, but, you know, very good recovery, though.
Beautiful drop kick done by Ando. Getting fired up here.
One of the best on the roster.
Former UPW heavyweight champion. Former 585 Live champion.
That's got to say, right in the temple. Oh.
Another cover here. Not able to keep Loke down for the count of two. The count of three, excuse me.
Nick Ando's going to have to do a little bit more to pin H.C. Loke. H.C. Loke's not going to get pinned like that.
I'll be surprised if he can pin him, though, to be honest with you.
Flies in. Drop kick in the corner. Swing to the corner. Once again. Another drop kick.
Well, the momentum, I think, switched a little bit. Tides have turned, pun intended, with Nick Ando, your captain. Oh.
Oh, catches the feet here. Oh, wow.
What a vicious move by H.C. Loke. Oh,
Everything
God.
Loke does is vicious.
Oh, that was close. That was very close.
At this point, H.C. Loke has got to be like, what do I have to do to put Nick Ando away?
Well, like you said before, being a former heavyweight champion, former 585 Live champion, you know, like you said, it's a lot you got to do to keep him down.
Set flip. Rolling through with Loke. Press by Ando. Kick the midsection from Loke. Crucifix pin attempt here.
Nope.
And he'll roll through. Oh,
That'll knock him down.
a knee to the face of Loke.
Got to keep him down. Here, oh, maybe not.
Scooped up by Loke.
What's he going to do?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Spiking his head in the center of the ring.
That's it. Oh, my.
How did he kick out of
The
that?
resiliency of Nick Ando
He's got to be going on
is
adrenaline.
amazing.
He's got to be seeing Tweety birds around his head right now. 'Cause
Absolutely.
Good Lord.
He was dropped on his head.
Right on his head. Spike to the canvas.
Even Goldberg can't kick out of that.
Once
He's
again,
doing it for again. Ah.
pile driver.
What a pile driver by Nick Ando.
Two. How are they able to kick out of these? It's like I said, he has to go back to endurance.
Right now, both competitors have to be like, what do I have to do?
It's serious
Nick
now.
Ando inside and out. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Every impact these two have been making, you would swear that it's over. Somehow able to fight that much longer.
Like I said, it's gonna come down to who's conditioned more. And obviously, like I said before, you both are in great shape. You know, been around this business very, very long time, so they know how to stay in it with each other.
I'll give the edge to HC Loke in this one.
You know, like I said, he's got the momentum, but I still got to go with the captain.
But you know what though? But the one thing that HC Loke has that Nick Ando doesn't have is viciousness, and I always put my bet on the viciousness.
Yeah, but
Ando has done a lot more longer matches than Loke. Loke is used to going in, playing the power game, and going home with a win in 5 minutes or less is what we've seen. And HC Loke's return here. Ando has gone those 20-minute, those half-an-hour matches. Been able to stay up on top. As referee, Richard Head got caught there.
got a little too close for comfort, huh? Oh!
And there's a difference right there.
Night.
There's a difference right there.
One mistake.
Not only a mistake, HC Loke saw his opportunity. It's one thing to see the mistake, but you got to take advantage of that mistake, and that's where HC Loke came into and took advantage right there.
Got the big W.
It definitely got HC Loke going over Nick Ando right now. It's got to be another notch on his belt.
As we see a former opponent from just 1 month ago, we saw HC Loke get a win over Dewey Murray. As Dewey Murray's in the crowd watching this contest.
He's not looking too happy. And I don't see a lot of fans looking too happy right now.
And I'll tell you what, when does HC Loke get his shot at the heavyweight championship?
We don't know, but that's another notch towards that opportunity for sure.
We're gonna have
Whatever
to
Nick Ando puts you right up there, believe me.
We're gonna have to find out later tonight, though. We got a heavyweight title match main event tonight, so
We do.
Who knows? Who knows who's gonna walk away with the title tonight? Maybe Matt Lawson, maybe Jordan Brown, or Jay Freddy maybe taking that back to Syracuse. Who knows?
Yep. UPW Crash Course living up to its title right now.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's a definitely crash course.
Well, we have a first in UPW history for your next match. We have a champion versus champion match for your UPW Heavyweight Championship. I said it was for your UPW Heavyweight Championship. Thank you. Thank you. This is a monumentous event. Introducing first, from Campbell, New York, weighing in at 215 pounds, your current UPW interim heavyweight champion, HC Loke.
Guys, I've said it every match, this may just be the match of the night.
Our second main event. Here comes the pit bull of UPW.
Champion versus champion.
You go.
Excuse me. The King of New York, interim heavyweight champion, H.C. Loke.
I've got a little something to say about this being champion v champion, but I'll wait for both competitors to get into the ring.
Now this match was meant to take place last month at Continued Tradition. Carter Mason canceled his appearance for an opportunity with WE, who he was shown on NXT TakeOver and also had a match on Raw with the Viking Raiders.
You know what? If you had that kind of opportunity, what would you do?
Yeah, you know, I can't say it would have done the opposite, believe me. UPW management had decided to crown an interim champ at a Continued Edition, which we saw H.C. Loke defeat Nick Ando. This match will crown the UPW World Heavyweight Champion.
And his opponent from the King City, weighing in at 185 pounds, he is the King of the North and your current reigning UPW Heavyweight Champion,
And I'll tell you what, this kid, if he can get past H.C. Loke, who is left?
If you get past H.C. Loke, you get past anybody. H.C. Loke is tough as they come. The King of the North, Carter Mason, going one-on-one tonight. The Heavyweight Championship on the line against King of the New York, H.C. Loke.
If he gets past H.C. Loke, I could see him just going to a much bigger pond, so to speak.
Uh-oh. Nose to nose right now in the ring. I mean, H.C. Loke is just, he's been in the business for so long. There's nothing that would surprise him. But I'll tell you what, Carter Mason is just so talented and seems to come out on top on matches that he shouldn't come out on top of. But he's holding, well, we'll say half the bell.
What's this now?
Whoa.
Yeah, kind of split right now.
Whoa.
Now this is
No.
Casey Doyle's music. The co-commissioners, Casey Doyle and Count C.
What are they doing here? What are they doing?
All right, everybody, just give us one moment. This is a big match, you know? Big stakes in hand.
The commissions.
Gentlemen, we get it. This is huge. We just want to take a minute of your time. This will not take long. So, me and my co-commissioner here were talking backstage, and we had ourselves a couple of firsts here. So, this is the first time that we have two heavyweight champions competing against each other for the title. Therefore, this will be the first time that we are announcing an undisputed UPW heavyweight champion.
That's huge. This is huge.
It's a big deal. So we did not believe that a regular match would be enough to handle this. So tell us what's going to happen, Count.
Well, I say since we got two belts and two champions, we make this match a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Wow. Come on. Yes.
Yes.
What are they?
Good luck, gentlemen.
So the commission sit in the couch with margaritas in their hands, and then they come out and change it to a 2 out of 3 falls
we,
match?
we all know that anybody can win any match against anybody at any time, given a certain move with the timing and whatnot. If you get 2 pinfalls over your opponent, there's no question who the better one was.
It's definitive. And I feel that, you know, I'm going to say this. I feel that this shouldn't be a special match of 2 champions. I feel that Carter Mason, he wants to go off, you know, have a Viking experience or something like that, wants to go off and be on national television. Fine. You can go and do that. But if you miss your event, if you miss your defense of your title, you do not get to keep your title and someone else can become the interim. I feel that H.C. Loke is the true UPW champion, and this is his first defense after Carter Mason had vacated it.
You know what? I have a hard time disagreeing with JJ there.
Although I really can't stand the guy sitting next to me, I can't
I'm
necessarily
right.
disagree.
I don't want you to like
you-
me or something. I just want you to acknowledge that I am right.
I'm saying, although I dislike you in a bit, I'm not going to disagree with you at the point. I kind of see where you're coming from. I might have had the same opinion, but Carter Mason fought so hard to get that belt.
If he fought so hard to
commissioners
get
thought-
the belt, why didn't he defend it?
The commissioners didn't want to quite take it away from him. So instead they made it basically a number one contenders type matchup.
Well, you know what? Then why not make every match, every title match, two out of three falls?
Well,
If
there
that's
wouldn't
the
be any
case.
question.
You know?
Whoever gets pinned twice in this contest, 2 out of 3 falls, there wouldn't be any question who the better man really was. One wouldn't say, "Oh, it's a fluke. You got me once, you can't get me twice." Nope, I got you twice.
I didn't see it, but I heard the passion in H.C. Loke's voice the night of our last show, continuing the tradition, when he won, when he received the championship title. I heard that passion. That, to me, was his victory for the title.
Yeah, the man he said 9 months ago, by the end of 2019, I'm going to be heavyweight champion. And he's right on the right path. You know,
From
he's
that
done
point, he hasn't been defeated at all.
But you know what? They made it very, very clear that it was the interim title at the same time. So this is H.C. Loke's chance to make this a no-doubter. And right now, he's in firm control over Carter Mason. Carter Mason took a drop kick to the back of the head, and I don't think he knows where he is.
Since Loke's return, he'd only been pinned twice. That's his first 2 matches back after the time he spent away from Upstate Pro Wrestling. I can't remember which one was order, but the 2 men that beat him was Colin Delaney and Sean Carr. Ever since those losses, he stated he's going to be the champion, and he's won ever since, and he got his way to this matchup, 2 out of 3 falls against Carter Mason. With the UPW Heavyweight Championship on the line.
Suplex here, just holding Carter Mason.
Loke can do this forever.
Oh,
Decides to bring him down.
that is a devastating move right there.
The blood rushing to the head from the lift. It's a painful maneuver. It can cause disorientation, dizziness.
Oh,
the human body isn't meant to be in that direction.
2 out of 3 falls. This match is going to be all about endurance.
Very much so. The advantage of the first fall is so important. The sense of having, if you can win that first fall, you essentially have, a freebie to go and do what you need to try to secure the victory for the third. Though I would say that
Carter Mason knocking H.C. Loke off the apron to the floor.
Oh, Carter Mason flying, boys.
that is not the type of move that I would recommend for this 2 out of 3 falls match. That's the type of move that can damage Carter Mason just as much as it can damage the King of the North, the King of New York. I'm sorry, H.C. Loke.
That's not 1 second, guys. I got to go check out one of my cameras. I'll be right back.
But you know what, though? That just shows you how much Carter Mason wants this matchup.
There's a difference between passion and stupidity. There's a need to keep your. There's a need to know what match you're in and to use the correct strategy for that match. That is what true dedication is, and that's the dedication that H.C. Loke has shown.
What a showdown clothesline by H.C. Loke. 1, 2. Oh, he's got the first bout. H.C. Loke is up 1-0.
This is incredibly useful for H.C. Loke. I could see this going. I could even see this going 2-0. I could see a shutout.
Very well, very well. I mean, Carter Mason right now is getting up really slowly right now. I don't think he knows where he is.
I think he may think he's back in the dub with how he's looking.
Oh my goodness. Oh, H.E. Loke throwing Carter Mason outside of the ring. This is where H.C. Loke is so dangerous. H.C. Loke with Carter Mason outside of the ring. He's choking him. He's choking him against a railing.
He's not really caring as much about a disqualification from something like that. He has a free fall. He can supply as much damage as he wants, knowing that if he can secure the pinfall afterwards, he can become the champion.
But this is where he can be lackadaisical as well, because if Carter Mason can tie this up,
very true.
Then it's go for broke at that point.
It's very true.
Backdrop onto the floor goes H.C. Loke. Right now, both men on the ground.
Score currently 1-0, H.C. Loke.
That's
David, I don't know if you missed his 1-0, H.C. Loke.
Yeah, I haven't actually just able to catch that.
Oh, knee to the lower extremities. H.C. Loke. Oh my goodness! Suplex right on the apron. As we all know, the hardest part of the ring.
They say that so much. It's until you set up a ring, you have no appreciation for what that means. The ring is composed of these heavy crossbars, and the heaviest, the main bases are for those sides of the ring. We put on longer beams that are circles and squares to go across the middle, but those can have a little bit of bend to them. It still hurts. 100% will still hurt.
It still hurts,
but it is so much more impactful on those sides because they aren't supposed to bend. They don't go across. There's steel beneath them supporting them.
What a drop kick by H.C. Loke over the cover. One,
One-legged
two.
calf kick from H.C. Loke.
Oh my
The
goodness.
ability of the man. He's been in business over 20 years, going strong. And he's been not wasting any time going for pinfall, going for submission, going for pinfall, not wasting any time.
He knows he's just 1 3 count or 1 tap out away from being confirmed, as I would say, as the true champion, being recognized.
Maybe the
as true
strategy
champion.
too, knowing that Carter Mason's almost half the age of H.C. Loke. H.C. Loke knows how far he can go, how far he can go 100%, what his stamina is. He knows that Carter Mason can seem to go forever, and he's so quick.
Oh, what a neck breaker by Carter Mason.
Loke's strategy has to be make those quick pinfalls. Keep that kid grounded, because the longer the match goes, I'll have to say it favors Carter Mason.
But you know what, though? H.C. Loke is one of those veterans that is very methodical.
Yes.
There's no wasted motion.
No.
There is. He's very tactical.
Carter Mason's going to have to capitalize on a mistake that Loke makes.
And good luck.
If Loke makes a mistake.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
We
good
don't
luck
see
with
him
that.
do it very often, if not ever. So, using the referee, how smart is that? Spinning Carter Mason around with the foot,
and the
laying it in the hands of the ref and laying him out.
And the referee was a little slow on that count, by the way. He sat there and stared at H.C. Loke as he was covering Carter
He was in
Mason.
shock that he just got used to deliver a move.
Well, that's probably cost H.C. Loke the championship right there.
The fans behind Carter Mason here chanting his name to get him fired up here. Series of kicks. Loke is down. Go for the cover.
He's got him!
Oh my
Tied
God.
1-1. Oh.
They're tied up. This next fall wins it.
Is Carter Mason. Currently, our champs are tied 1-1 for the UPW Heavyweight Championship belt. Next fall will determine your winner and UPW Heavyweight Champion.
We were waiting for H.C. Loke to make a mistake. There it was.
He made one. I don't think he can make a second one. I don't think he will make a second one here.
Well, here we go. This is for all of it.
I can't believe we've gone through 2 falls already, guys. Like, that's just how important it is to these individuals.
Both men are decimated personally and physically. They are.
Coming and needed a jump to H.C. Loke. Carter Mason taking an opening and take it.
Oh, Oh, what a knee by Carter Mason.
Oh wow! I
kick
thought
out.
it was over.
It could have been.
You know, and you're starting to see the tide turn right now.
It is with the pick up the fall is definitely the factor of momentum going into that final.
We're at the
final
point
decision.
of Stanima right now. Who's got?
You know, here come the kicks. Here come the kicks by Carter Mason.
H.C. Lowe seems to be trying to fight him off here. Caught the foot, excuse me, the foot.
He is from Canada.
That's what happens when he put us three together. Back out with H.C. Lowe. Beautiful snap there. That low clothesline we've known very well.
Oh my
wow.
God!
Has anyone kicked out of that ever?
You know what? When you're going for a championship, you know things happen.
What is Lowe going for?
What does Lowe got to think now?
It's like a reverse Boston Crab in a way.
Reverse Texas Cloverleaf.
At this point, this is at the end of so much punishment, especially to that back, to those legs from that shot on the apron. You have to imagine the body of Carter Mason is in agony.
Carter Mason just makes it to the bottom rope. Save the championship right there.
He was shaking it as well, as if he's like, I had the rope. Let go, let go.
The ref has been slow. I mean, he's just... Oh, now he's getting in the face of H.C. Lowe.
Oh, Cass, be careful not get disqualified here. Oh, cost him a
a couple of kicks by Carter Mason. Oh, right in the chin. This could be it. 1, 2. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
A hair.
You said before that you saw the closest pinfall you've ever seen this week.
Yeah.
We may just have 1 and 2 in the same show.
Oh, my
the same
God.
night. I cannot believe this.
Oh, my God. Right now, both competitors are just worn down. But I will say this: this is starting. Oh, there's a referee again, getting in the way. He's pulling Carter Mason off of H.C. Lowe. But
Mason charges in.
Oh, the ref got in the way. Again, the referee gets in the way.
The crowd is.
Oh! No!
This may be it, guys.
Oh, Carter Mason is kicked out. Oh, my God.
I've seen anybody kick out of that clothesline.
My God. My God.
this is unbelievable.
I just can't think of it right now.
H.C. Lowe has got to be incensed. You see the hands on his head. He doesn't know what to think right now.
And once again, the bleachers are going crazy.
This
Who
place,
wouldn't? Anyone seeing this match is going crazy. I'm going crazy and I can't even see it.
Crucifix. 1, 2.
Oh! Once again, H.C. Lowe able to kick out. Caught the boot from Carter Mason.
Another clothesline.
Followed by a short clothesline.
This could be it. 1, 2. We got a new champion.
Wow, H.C. Lowe.
New champion.
The King of the North has been dethroned and the King of New York rises.
Now, upstate.
Oh my goodness.
What a match.
H.C. Lowe, the King of New York, said 9 months ago, I'm going to be UPW Heavyweight Champion before the end of the year. Guys, 2.5 months to the end of the year, and H.C. Lowe did exactly what he said he's going to do.
The King of New York and the King of UPW.
I don't know. I'm kind of speechless right now. I mean, well, you have to give it up to Carter Mason. He fought as hard as he possibly could. But like we said before, H.C. Loke is stone cold pitbull and just so methodical in what he does and fought tooth and nail to become the unified and undisputed Upstate Pro Wrestling UPW heavyweight
If
champion.
you like him or not, you have to respect what he's done in this business. I respect what he can do in that
wait a
ring.
minute. Wait a minute here.
Offering the handshake to Carter Mason.
Do you?
At this point, I'd shake his hand. Both of these men have earned
there it
so
is.
much respect.
You know what?
From me and from each other.
So great to see, guys.
You know what? Right there. As much of a pitbull as H.C. Loke is, he recognizes the talent and the achievements that young man has accomplished over a short period of time.